small things like that one flap in there that was broken.
Yeah, that's
one of the things
that's
that
one of
they'll.
the things that we're going to fix immediately because
Yeah.
we felt that should be done. But things like the floats that they showed off to the side, those are actually old floats that are no longer used. We have redundant systems in there to check local alignment. You know, that's part of the issue with the review is the engineering firm didn't have the operator there to explain how these things work and how the pump station works.
Okay.
Thank you.
Motion is on the 3 items that were there as a recommendation. All in favor of that? Carried. Next one.
Mr. Mayor, there's just one more item on section 3, refers to the August 28th Oversight Committee meeting.
Yep.
And at that time, we had agreed as a committee that we would recommend to council tonight that the members of the working group from Lambton Shores, which would have been the project manager and the deputy mayor, work with our CAO and I guess our lawyer to work on the agreement and the PS2 issues with South Huron. And as chair of that committee, I spoke with George Robertson. He has no objections at all. I don't believe that he is interested in joining that, but he said if we want to send our original working group, that's fine, and the deputy can report back as a liaison to the oversight committee by extension to council. I'm going to make that motion that we have those individuals comprise a working group for Lambton Shores to work with the South Huron people to strike a joint agreement and negotiate for PS2 upgrades.
This is for the PS2 upgrade.
And the joint agreement.
And the joint agreement.
Correct.
So we're going to have an elected representative there, and
Correct.
are we recommending that they do?
There.
Or that we just have one and they don't?
They can do whatever they want. He had no objections to us doing that. He thought it was a good move. He's quite enjoyed the working group. He felt it was accomplished a lot. So I think we've seen the word political in the director's report, and I agree with him. I think there's a political element to a lot of this, and I think the working group achieved in 4 months what we couldn't in 6 years, and I think it's because there was a political element in there to work together. So that's the Oversight Committee's recommendation to council.
Certainly was. Do I have a seconder for the motion?
If the deputy mayor is agreeable.
Yes. Thank you.
You agree to do that?
Yes, I will.
Councillor Owen?
Just the project oversight committee. I remember us talking about that. Did we ever make did we ever enact that motion? That I believe we talked about it, put it in. I think there was a motion, and then the following meeting changed it so that it would be a working group. So I mean, I don't have those motions in front of me. I'm sure.
I did. I sent them to the mayor at his request. February the 21st, I think it's 32-2012 and 34-2012. One motion established the oversight committee, the other motion established that I chaired, and they've never been rescinded.
Was there criteria for that?
Yes, the one criteria was to assist with cost-effective alternatives, and part of that were issues retaining the DCF. This is definitely an issue retaining the DCF. We need a joint agreement, and we need an agreement on PS2.
Councillor Owen?
Well, I won't support the motion, not that it will matter. I feel we have staff that we hire to do these jobs. The oversight committee is sitting right here, and it's called Lambton Shores Council. We are a municipality of 11,000 people. And all of a sudden, it seems that every issue we deal with, we have to have a political element at the table for every little detail. And this is divisive, and then things need to come back here and be decided by the whole council. Unfortunately, this is the way we're operating. I don't agree with it, but that's beside the point. The majority rules. We need to let staff do their job and then come back, and we are the oversight committee, the council.
Any other comments? Second. The motion
The motion would be that the Oversight Committee recommends to council that the Grand Bend Area Sewage Treatment Facility Working Group be restruck with inclusion of the respective administrators to act as a vehicle to move negotiations for PS2 upgrades in the joint agreement law. That's in his report.
Okay, so that's just word for word.
Word for word out of the report.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, at the last meeting, did we not rescind the working group? or-
No, it's actually disbanded until you brought up PS2, and you'll see in the body of this report that the working group can be restruck to discuss PS2. So I'm just
By the joint board or by this council?
by the joint board, by this council supersedes anything with the joint board. So.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I thought I heard you say first time.
So the Huron expects to have their lawyer there, so I'm presuming that we will probably have our lawyer. Yeah.
Sorry.
Sure.
Okay. Any other questions or discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion's carried. Blue Water's participation in the project, we have had discussions the last bullet in your report, Brent.
Yeah, so Blue Water sent 2 different letters to the joint board respecting their participation in the project. One clarifying that they would not participate in the working group, and most recently, further clarification that should the ESR addendum be undertaken, they'd like to participate in that process and have it safe. So the joint board did discuss that last time, and members feel free to jump in, but there was a motion passed by our 2 members, put forward by our 2 members, saying that Blue Water can have voting rights limited to the EA, and then not for operating the plant, so there's formal commitment to connect. That was referred to the council's feedback. The board was wanting council to discuss and provide some input into the discussion, so I put it in my report as a vehicle for council to have that conversation.
Councilor Russell.
So, if we were to say that thing that Dave was put forward, the R motion, do we concur with that, or do we see that?
Concur, disagree?
I think the motion we concur.
So Blue Water rights are pertaining to the EA, which is, you're seconding that?
Second.
The EA addendum, right? The addendum. EA addendum.
I mean, this
They're part of the addendum, the EA for the process. Councilor Ullman?
No, I'm just wondering, like, full voting rights for Blue Water, I mean, we're going to have to rework a joint agreement. And Blue Water, not part, are they part? What's going on?
Not this stage.
service area.
They're part of the service area, so whether or not they will be referred to or referenced in the joint agreement, there should be something in that agreement that will make these kinds of comments that,
When the next phase of the project
yeah,
gets built,
yeah.
Blue Water.
There'll need to be
included.
some reference in the joint agreement, right?
Okay.
Right? Okay, just wanted to get that.
Councilor Scott?
As an audience member, it was very clear that they were not being excluded from being able to join in and participate at phase 2, like into the next level. That they certainly were important and that they could vote at the EA prospect, but that they were not part of the lagoon ownership, and at this point, that was the 2 people, between us and South Huron. So they're not being excluded from it, they're just not being allowed to vote, that they're not being tossed